Took about 3 coats of paint to get all that old green stuff covered up. But it looks better in here. I wanted to paint before I put the floor down, so then I didn't have to worry about getting it on the floor or covering the floor. If I dropped it on here, I didn't really care. So anyway, paint's done. I'm about halfway across with the flooring here. Got this old beat up desk. So I'm almost over to this. Then I gotta get this moved over onto the floor without banging up the groove there. Get out of the way so I can keep coming across and go out through the door. Here's where I need to start paying attention. Because I want to try and run this over another step and get it connected to that. Hopefully this works. It looks promising. All right, this plank here is not hammered in. I just laid it there so that we're square and I've got a true edge running. Then same thing with this. Lined it up, set it in. So we're running out into this room. That plank there, I just dipped down in and set it into that other floor. So we've got a gap in between. So this floor here is this way a little bit more than this floor. So I've got I got 3 options. I can break it all right there and put in a threshold, which I don't really want to do. Or I need to try and move that floor back that distance, which I think I could do that. Or this floor out here, I would have to move all of that out this distance. So I measured on each end, and it's exactly a 1/2 inch gap. So that's telling me everything is running straight and true here. That floor is exactly in line with that floor. How that happened, I don't know. So I'm gonna just try and slide that floor 1/2 inch that way. See what we can get. Well, that idea didn't work. So I'm just gonna have to put a threshold here. It's not that big of a deal. I just hope to have a continuous run. So this floor is gonna be 1/2 inch offset from that floor. You'll probably never ever notice it. And I won't tell if you don't tell. All right, so you've noticed that this back room, the door is at an angle. So I've already fit and cutted these two. Fit and cut these two. It's getting late. I did it right halfway in the door jamb. Now, you're gonna notice that trying to run a piece out by here is not going to work because this sticks out past this. So then we can't lay a piece down, then draw a line across it. Can't really cheat that way. So I just measured here, just like everything else, from the top of the wood, measured out. Got 14 inches. This is laying down the right orientation. So we've already got the angle figured out on a piece of scrap right here that we cut off one of these other 2 pieces. Don't throw this stuff away. Don't ever throw any of this stuff away until you're absolutely sure you're not going to need it. Over here, I got a gap. That's going to get filled in with a lot of scrap. Anyway. Here's my mark for 14, okay? So we can just cheat. Angle's going that way. All you gotta do is get the point up on the 14. Make sure this is all straight on both sides, draw a line. Then you have your piece. So here's the pieces we cut off from that right there. We've already got an angle cut, right? Like I said, don't throw stuff away till you're sure you're not gonna need it. I was thinking about ripping it down to put in there. I'm not gonna do that because I've already got the ankles cut. So that'll save me from having to cut more ankles on more material. So all I'm gonna do, you notice we'll line it up right, tongue and groove, so we can keep coming. So all I need to do here is get that notched so that it'll slide over and click into this. There's a joint, here's a joint, got better than 9 inches, got a good overlap. So once that's done, we're gonna be good. Then from there, it's pretty easy cake down across here. And yep, there's gonna be a gap here, but like I said, we'll threshold it. So it's gonna disappear. Made it. Joint, joint, joint. The scrap pieces that were cut off from there. Seam, it's notched around that. So I can use another scrap piece to pick up over here. As long as it's shorter so I get an overlay, then this floor can keep on running. So even just standing here like this looking at it, unless you really start staring, you can't tell that that seam is offset a 1/2 inch from a seam that's like right in there. So by the time I get a door casing put in here and that's all covered up, you ain't gonna know it anyway. Here's a funky looking one for you. The idea is it's gonna go right there and wrap around that wall. The thin strip's gonna run up there and the thicker strip's gonna go along the back side of the wall and butt up with another wall inside the closet. Well, the piece fit, just loosely sitting at the moment. Runs into there and stops as far as I'm going to go with it for now, other than seating it into place. So this is where the drawbar comes in to play, that they don't show you on the box, because you can't get in here with a block to be able to tighten this up. But you can get in there with that. So let it suck right together, right? Kind of a challenge one-handed. But you're getting the point. So I'm gonna run up the length of that, make sure it's all pulled together good, then sink that home. So that's where you use a drawbar. And if you're out on an end, same thing. If you need to use it, which I didn't have to on this floor. But if for some reason you had to tighten this joint up on your last piece, you can hook in behind it, pull it that way. So you definitely want to have the right tools for the job. And when I bought this kit several years ago, it wasn't all that expensive. I have no idea what they go for now. Instead of using the plastic block to hammer down with, probably be better off to use a wooden one. I started cracking that one just a little bit. So you can always use that, set it on, beat on that to knock it down if you don't have a soft feast hammer. So remember I said don't throw anything away until you're sure you don't need it. So this is one of those scrap pieces that came off from here, right? So, you know, what am I going to do with it? It's not going to do anything there any good. It's not going to do anything here any good. You think it's just garbage and you'd can it, right? Well, look what you still have. You still got a tongue piece. So we're going to see if we can make this piece fit in here. And it needs to be about 1 inch wide to be able to leave a 1/4 inch gap. So we're going to see if we can get the length out of this to be able to make this work. There it is right there. I'll cut it out and put it in. There it is right there. You can see the joint. There's a piece I cut out. We ain't gonna worry about this because this is gonna get filled in. You know, by the time you get door casing in, get the woodwork on, it's gonna be out over top of that anyway. So that is the final piece of the flooring in this room. I have to finish that closet, but as far as this actual room is done. So now I need to do the mop board around the edge, get the window casings done, get the molding done, and this room will be done.